This winter is bringing with it horrors and hardships for Afghan children. Around 800,000 of them do not have shelter against the biting cold, and 3.2 million of them could face malnutrition. Hospitals in Afghanistan are unable to cope with the steady stream of ailing kids. They immediately need medicine, food, and blankets. We take you inside one such medical clinic in Herat.
One in 5 babies at this clinic won't survive. They are all malnourished, too weak to fend for themselves. This is the reality at this nutrition center in Herat. Just today, 5 new babies have been admitted. The most critical out of them is little Zubair. He just arrived in critical condition, around 45 days old and weighing only 2 kilograms.
So he's severely malnourished, and he also has probably a lung infection which spread through his whole body, so now he's septic. And unfortunately this baby came in too late for us to be able to save him.
The doctors treated him despite the prognosis. The next morning, they were in for a big surprise. He was crying, but he survived the first 12 hours. Baby Zubair might not be out of the woods yet, but for his mother, this is a step in the right direction.
I thought he might die, but thankfully we got the help we needed. Now he's better and I'm happy. Yesterday I was very sad. I wasn't sure what would happen. You saw me yesterday and how sad I was. Now that he's better, I'm better too.
This ward gets around 60 new admissions a week. Recently, there has been an influx, at times pushing their bed occupancy to 140%. The reason why some babies arrive at the ward late is multifaceted. Some people come from hundreds of kilometers away. The family might not have the financial means to travel, or they have other children that can't be left alone. When they do eventually get here, hospitalization can be lengthy. Readmissions are unfortunately common, and babies come back newly malnourished with a 20% mortality rate at the ward. The job inevitably also has an impact on the staff, especially those who treat these critically ill infants.
It's very stressful, of course, and it's extremely frustrating, especially when we don't manage to save those children. And it's very sad because actually we know that most of these children could be saved if only we catch them earlier, or if only they had access to medical care where they are from. So if they didn't have to travel so far to access a medical health care, then probably they could be saved. And this is very sad. It's just very, very frustrating as a medical professional.
According to UNICEF, 3.2 million children under the age of 5 will suffer from severe malnutrition this winter. 1 million of them are likely to die without treatment. The World Bank and the IMF no longer provide direct aid. The frozen international assets will cripple a country that is so heavily dependent on foreign aid.
Release the assets will be the first and major point and should be a priority. I'm not speaking about recognizing the government or whatever, just releasing the assets that were supposed to be sent in Afghanistan, at least to support the economy and to avoid a full collapse of the economy with all the consequences.
Suffering is evident across the country, but perhaps even more so in the internally displaced people's camps. There are 3 of them near Herat, with about 9,000 families living in them. The team on the ground educates the community on general health matters, as well as ways to ensure their children get a balanced diet. On this trip, they find one more child showing signs of malnutrition. They are referred to the clinic. Efforts like these go a long way in keeping the community as safe as they can be in these dire circumstances, giving these children a better chance at a healthier life. South Asia Bureau, WION World is One.